Hello, this is Jill from Paper Daisy Crafting. Thank you for joining me today. We're into the new year now. This is my first project video of the year. I've been easing myself in gently. And today this is our project. I've shown you these cards on my blog over the past few days, and today I'm going to show you how to make them. It's using this stamp set, which is called Bonanza Buddies. It's a lovely stamp set. I love it. I really liked it when I first saw the catalogue. It's got these three characters here, a toucan, a lion and a koala, which are two-step or three-step stamping. It's got some parcels, presents, a party hat, or that could be turned around to use bunting, balloons, and then some greetings. Really lovely set. I love it. And I'm going to show you today how I made my cards. So we're going to put these two to one side for the moment, and we're going to make the toucan card, which was the first one I made. I love the colours on this one. I think it goes really well, and I just love this cute toucan. I think he's great. Right, so what do we need? We're going to start off with a Bermuda Bay card blank, and it's my usual size, which is 21 by 15 centimetres, scored at 10.5, or in Imperial it's 8 1/4 by 6 inches, scored at 4 1/8. We're going to fold that over. Just get my bone folder out. Give that a nice press. There we go. And then you're going to need a piece of patterned paper. Now this is from the Birthday Bonanza set, really, but actually mine is from this set, which is the sampler that you get if you join Stampin' Up in celebration. So in January, February, March, if you join, you get all these papers as a bonus in your starter kit. Loads of them, and this paper that I'm using today is one of them. So that's another incentive for you to join my team. Really, if you read my blog today, no, actually Monday, yes, last Monday on the 6th of January, you'll see lots of details about how all the ways you can earn free things on celebration, and joining them is one of them. Anyway, there we go. So I have cut my DSP, my pattern paper, to 11 by 7, and I'm just going to stick that at the bottom of my card blank. So a little bit of Tombow. And then, because I want it right up to the edges and I don't want it to squidge out, I'm going to take my cocktail stick like I usually do, and I'm going to smooth it out, and that then gives me a really crisp, it means that none of the edges will lift, and it'll be really, really perfect, which is what I like. I don't like to see features that make handmade cards look too handmade. There we go. So we're going to put that at the base here. If I can do that, stand it up to try and straighten it out, but just line that up at the base there. Oh gosh, my daughter's singing away upstairs above my room. I don't know if you can hear her. And there we go. So we've put that on there, and it slightly overlaps, but we're going to trim those off later. First of all, we're going to stick a strip of daffodil yellow cardstock along here. This is just 1/2 centimetre or 1/4 of an inch thick, and it just gives a little bit of a break. It just breaks up that panel from the main cardstock. There we go, a little bit of Tombow on there, and that's going to stick along there, and you can butt it up against the DSP. It'll give you just enough of a ridge to butt that up. And then I use some quite big scissors to do this. You can take your scissors and you can use the side of the card to butt your scissors up against and just trim that off, and then you get a really, really lovely crisp. You don't get any overhang and you don't get any missing bits. So it's just a little tip to keep your cards looking very professional. There we go. Right, there we go. Get rid of all the bits. Right, okay, so now we've got our card blank and the background sorted out. What we're going to do is we're going to make the tag that the toucan is on. I actually made these tags to go out with my catalogues this time, so everyone who ordered a catalogue or asked for a catalogue got one of these gift tags, and then I decided to make them into a card, so 2 for 1 there. So you could just make the tag and use it as a tag, or you could mount it like I have. Right, now this tag shape is one of the dies from the Bonanza Buddies set. If I show you, here's the Bonanza Buddy set, and this is the die. So I'm missing because I've had some out. I've got the koala and the, oh no, the koala's there. I've got the lion dies out at the minute, so they're not in here. But some lovely dies in this set. Right, so what am I going to do? I'm going to take 2 circles. First of all, I'm going to take a scallop circle. So these are from the layering circle dies. The scallop circle measures 5 centimeters, and the coastal cabana circle measures 4.1 centimeters. If you want to recreate this card, that'll just give you an idea of which of the layering circles to use. Such a useful set, the layering circles. If you haven't got any of those sets and you're thinking about a celebration, how you can get some free items, you could you know, you couldn't go wrong actually buying one of the layering sets. The ovals or the circles, I think, are the most useful. I use them a lot in my crafting, and they will always stay in my crafting. They're not dies that I'll ever get rid of. Right, so just mount that with an equal border all the way around, and the tombow will give you a little bit of wiggle room if you decide it's not quite central. And then that's going to mount onto our tag in the middle there. So this is all quite easy to put together. Very, very minimal stamping. In fact, there we go. And then we need our toucan. So we are going to take the toucan stamp and some Whisper White card and the Memento stamp pad. And we are going to stamp, make sure you get plenty of ink on here, because you want him nice and black. You don't really want him grey, because toucans are particularly black. I think I need to re-ink my Memento pad actually, but let's see if that works. So just stamp him, lots of pressure, give it a nice clear, oh that's lovely, there we go, nice clear black image. And what I'm going to do with that is then die cut it with the die, but I've already done a die cut it. I don't really like bringing my die cutter up onto the table because it takes up too much room. Right, what do I need now? Okay, so we're going to mount him onto there on dimensionals, but what I'm going to do first is colour his beak, and I'm using 3 blends. You could use our marker pens if you wanted to. You don't need to use blends for this. Marker pens are just a bit cheaper, but I am using Bermuda Bay. So I'm going to do 1 section in Bermuda Bay, and I'm using this pencil end here, not the brush end, the bullet end, the thinner end, so because they're quite small areas. Just going to do, so I'm not using these to blend, I am just using them to colour. And then I'm going to use the orange, the pumpkin pie. So these are all the dark blends I'm using here. Like I say, you could use our markers for this. There's no blending going on, it's just colouring. And then I'm going to use daffodil yellow. So both of those, daffodil yellow and Bermuda Bay, echo the colours in my card blank, and I've just added a touch of orange on there too. And then what we need to do is take some dimensionals and mount him on top there. So got my dimensionals in here, if I can get it open, and my tweezers that I use for my dimensionals. I have a special set of tweezers for dimensionals because they can get a bit sticky, so I try and keep them separate from my other scissors. So there we go. How many dimensionals do you think we need? There we go, that'll do. And then we're just going to take off the backing. So if you push down in the middle, it will release the backing and make it easier to come off. If you've got nails, you can use your nails to do this. My nails are particularly bad at the moment, keep breaking, so it makes it easier if I use tweezers there. And then just make sure your toucan is nice and central and standing upright. There we go. Right, now then, I've forgotten to get out a stamp here, so I just need to grab another stamp set, which is called Label Me Bold, and I need my Bermuda Bay stamp pad. Luckily I've got everything to hand in my craft room. So this is the set that we're using, and actually I'm going to do a happy birthday card today because I've made lots of thank yous and lots of for you card. So I'm going to use the happy birthday stamp from here now. I'm going to put that on a block like so. Make sure it's straight, and I don't think that is particularly straight, so let's straighten that up a little bit. And there we go. And we're going to stamp. I'm going to try and centre it. Oh, lovely. There we go. Happy birthday. Great. Okay, and then all I need to do to my tag before I mount it on my card is add a little bit of ribbon. So I'm going to use the Nude Base Stripe mini striped ribbon, I think it is called. And you only need a tiny fragment, because what we're going to do is we're going to put it through, and I'm going to do it to there for the minute, but I might trim a little bit of that off. And then just a little bit of Whisper White Baker's Twine, which will go round here. And of course you can use any bits and pieces up that you've got. But what's nice about doing this is that the card blank and the card that I've used to make the circles and the ink and the ribbon all match perfectly, so I don't have to worry about coordinating anything. Because I'm using Stampin' Up products, everything coordinates, and that is one of the nicest things about Stampin' Up, is the coordination, that you really don't need to worry. But like I say, if you've got other bits around, you could use them. Right, there we go. But of course, if you like this card and wanted to make your own, you could use it towards an order of £45, and then you could get a free Celebration item. Lots of lovely things in the Celebration brochure. And if you haven't got one of our new mini catalogues and our Celebration brochure, just let me know and I'll pop a free copy in the post to you. So just leave me a message below this video if you want to do that. Right, there's my ribbon, and so he's just going to mount onto here. I'm going to mount him and then I'll trim the ribbon off afterwards. So back to my dimensionals. I've only got a couple of full ones left on this bit, so, and then I'll go on to these. And don't forget that you can also cut up the outside bit and use that, so don't ever throw anything away. You can use all these bits of the dimensionals. They're not, you know, they're not expensive, but they cost money, so you don't want to waste any. Okay, and then just press and flick and press and flick. I don't know if you're like me, I find backs of dimensionals all over the place when I go around the house. They get everywhere. I think they're a bit static, so they cling to things and then they drop off. So, you know, I'll be hoovering the bedroom and find one, or the bathroom, or the loo, or whatever, all over the place. There we go, and that is my card complete. There we go. He's going to go there, and then I'm just going to trim off the ribbon just so it's not poking at the top. Didn't cut that very well. Let's try this bit again. That's better. There we go. Doesn't matter if one's shorter than the other. There we go. There's my card. There was the one that said thank you, and there's my one that says happy birthday. And then I just wanted to show you, if I have time, let me just check the time on my video. Oh, I've got a very, very small amount of time. Right, okay, so the koala, if I can find my piece of white card in a hurry, which has disappeared, can't find it. What have I done with it? Oh, here it is. There we go. So my koala, no, not that stamp pad. I need slate grey, smoky slate. Do this. There we go. So just stamp the koala. I just want to show you this because these are two-step stamps. So stamp the koala, and then you've got his eyes and his nose to do in black. So, and because they're photopolymer, you can see through them. I might have to get my head in the way here, just so that I can see what I'm doing. And just line them up and stamp. There we go. Oh, he's kind of looking to the side, but I quite like that. And then the lion, take the daffodil yellow stamp set, stamp pad, do the body and the head of the lion. It looks a bit strange to start with, so we're just going to do him there. And then there's a die to cut him out here. So you would cut him out like so. I've already done one here, although I did I stamped the mane around on there as well. But essentially, this is him. And then what you do is you stamp the mane, and then that will glue to there, and then the head will go on top. And again, you've got the head, you've got the face to stamp that in black. So I was a bit puzzled by how to put the lion together to begin with. So what I would say is you stamp the body, and then the mane goes over the body, and then the die cuts the head, so you can stick the head on top there. And when you die cut the